Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Piki Choco, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about some latest news, so I'll mention some of those quickly. So Yunjin or Yunhin, so a new observation and information about her and why players including me have particularly started getting hyped and excited about this, which is based on personal speculation and information that is available in the game right now. New pre-analysis info on Kokomi that might give us an insight into the F2P concerns and confusion. And what exactly does this mean for the Genshin future in its abyss, as well as the characters and their mechanics, and some big 2.1 anniversary concerns and questions that no one is talking about. So basically tons of new news, but before getting into that, I'd just like to announce that a 2 blessings giveaway has started. So you can enter that by going on to the topmost link of the description. You can click it, do a couple steps, and be done within seconds. So before we get started, I just want to say this quick that a very small amount of people who regularly watch my videos have subscribed, so if you haven't and you like my content, it would be cool and awesome if you could, only if you want though. Alright, without wasting any time, let's get into the video right now. So Kokomi was one of the most underrated characters till yesterday, but after the arrival of New Abyss, things have really started to make some sense, as well as create confusion among the players, as the floor 11 of Spiral Abyss is very brutal and has really starting to hit on all the F2Ps as well as the whales. So basically if we get hit by corrosion, even the strongest party members with the tanky HP are done. So this situation has become pretty confusing, and thus everyone is starting to look to Kokomi as a ray of light, which might help solve the problems. But what are the reasons for that? Obviously not because she has a minus 100% crit rate, but especially her kit, which is now looking promising, as a lot of her abilities scale with max HP. So even if we ignore the crit rate and consider HP, she's going to be extremely efficient and F2P friendly to build, which indeed would make her one of the most powerful and compatible units in the Spiral Abyss. We should also consider one thing, that if MiHoYo is negating her with one of the most important stats which is provided to all the character kits in the entire game, chances are she might hop out as a latest cracked meta. But here lies the question: do you want her just for the sake of Abyss, or you're loving Kokomi and want to absolutely build and enjoy with her? The answer to the latter question is yes. If you love a character, go for it without a second thought and enjoy it. If not and you're in F2P, it's not a big worry, as you might start building the potential replacements like Barbara, Diana, or Chi-Chi, which are absolutely fine, but considering her status as a 5-star, there might be something special to her. So that's all the confusion created in the mindset of the players, as a similar shield situation arrived few months ago and we all know what happened. So I'm hoping MiHoYo will pretty much solve this by providing clear description and details about the numbers, stats, and the abilities within no time. Now moving on to Yunjin. So after upgrading some character levels of Xinyan and Xingqiu, I found something interesting and predictable, so I'll just pop those off on screen. So based on all the descriptions, she seems to be an artist who loves to read, write, and perform plays, and also research and read on novels, which is interesting as she might be one of Liyua's big brains. So what surprises me the most is she has been mentioned in here for so long and is not available for players to see or interact from her original place, that is the Heil Tea House. So based on this, I'm having 2 personal predictions, which is again not based on leaks. Firstly, she might not be worth mentioning or might not have any significance, indicating an importance in the storyline. Secondly, she might be someone important, but right now won't be a suitable time to introduce her to the players. So if by any chance if she ever becomes playable, it will be very cool and interesting. So indeed I'm very excited to see what happens in the future, and these were my personal predictions based on the information that was officially provided in the character description of the current game. Now moving on to some possible concerns that might arrive during anniversary, and not just the anniversary but during the overall completion and the progression of the content and new regions in the game. But before that, I'd just like to talk something and speculate about the anniversary, so it will be easier for me to link it up with the concerns. So what I think is, anniversary event might be somewhat interesting because it might have been made by keeping the views and considerations of the old player base, but this might also be a good marketing strategy to invite the new player base and expand the community. So apart from the 7-day login event, I think they might add something just more to hype up both the old and the new base, which might help them build an enthusiastic community for the future content. So honestly, I don't expect any kind kind of freebies, but something more interesting that will indeed make players' excitement and hype worth it. Now, talking about the concerns, the main that I think is the bridging of content gap for the new base. Now, considering all the time that the players spent for completing the content, of course, by excluding the delays and droughts, the new base will have to spend that much time and effort, but most importantly, they'll be missing out on all the past rewards in the limited time areas. So I hope they work out on this, because right now it won't be a problem, but after players start entering the areas like Sumeru, Snezhnaya, it might turn out to be a grave problem for the new base. Now, as for the existing base, including me, I really hope miHoYo gives something useful and exciting for all the time we've spent in Genshin. So that's basically it for today's video. Just thought I'll tell you all about the latest news and some speculations which everyone is excited for. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, so make sure to subscribe to not miss on any latest news and stuff like this. As always, I'll see you all in the next video with some interesting new news. Until then, stay safe and stay picky.